Okay, good morning. Today we're going to talk about the PG&E retirement pension again, specifically 5 differences between the new pension and the old pension and a few similarities. So stay tuned. This is Marathon Retirement Planning. And if you're single, you need to hear number 5. Okay, hi everyone. This is the PG&E Retirement Show. We're live on Facebook each Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific. Available replays will be put up onto YouTube. We're glad to have you with us. Again, I'm Dan Leonard of Marathon Retirement Planning, your PG&E retirement specialist. Each week on the show, I'm going to cover different topics related to your retirement benefits, whether it be the pension like we're going to talk about today, or 401ks, or your health care, or other things like Social Security and Medicare. We're going to get to all those topics. Each week we'll be picking a different one. So don't forget to like the page, subscribe to get notifications of when new videos are to be posted, and of course tag your coworkers so they can hear this information as well. So today we're talking about 5 differences between the two plans. The first thing I want to talk about is who is eligible, because I was doing a meeting this week and the question I got was, am I part of this pension, or how do I get into the pension? Because when we talked about it, they thought it was similar to the 401k, and it is, except it's a different plan, which you do not have to contribute to. So that's one of the similarities between the old and the new pension. No contributions from the employee. Everything is contributed to the plan from PG&E. So who is eligible? Everyone's eligible. The key date to know is were you hired before or after January 1st of 2013. Prior to that date, you're going to be considered the old pension, which is a defined benefit plan, or you might see it referred to as the final pay pension. After that, you would be in the new pension, or what they call the cash balance plan, meaning there is a cash balance that you can take when you retire, or you can take the income stream. So both plans allow you a lifetime income stream, but the cash balance plan or new plan gives you the option to take that in a lump sum if you desire to. So how do you vest in the plan? So vesting is pretty simple. It is either, if you're a new pension, 3 years of service; if you're old pension, 5 years of service; or you reach age 55 as an employee and then you immediately vest. So if you were there for 2 years but turned 55, you're vested. If you are old pension, at this point, at the end of this year, everybody that is old pension will vest, because from January 1st of 2013 to January 1st of 2018 will be 5 years. And if you've been with the company, you'll have vested. If you're the new pension, again, it's 3 years. So if you started in January of 13, you're already vested, and it's just 3 years after your start date that you vest. Again, once you've hit 55, doesn't make a difference how long you're there, you're vested. So pretty straightforward on that. The next one, how is the pension calculated? We talked a little bit about that last week with the old pension. It's a formula which takes your salary, whether you're union or management, there's a difference there, whether it's your final salary for union or your final 36-month salary for management, times your years of service, times a multiplier. The multiplier for management is 1.7. In the union, it's 1.5 for the first 25 years, and then 1.6 for each additional year thereafter. And again, that is all old pension. There's more details in last week's call, which you can find again on YouTube, or if you scroll down on the Facebook page, you can find it there. The new pension, or the cash balance pension, works a little differently. There's no formula other than they take the combination of your age and years of service. So let's say you're 30 and you have 10 years of service, that's 40. You're 55 and you've been there for 30 years, that's 85. So they just add those two numbers up, and then depending on what it goes to, if it's below 40, it's 5% of your base salary is what gets contributed to that plan. If it's between 40 and 50, it's 6%. 50 to 60 or 50 to 59 is going to be 7%, 60 to 69 is 8%, 70 to 79 is 9%, and once you get over 80 combined age and years of service, they're contributing 10% of your salary to this plan. You do also accrue interest at the rate of the 30-year Treasury bill for the prior quarter. So at the end of the second quarter, they use what the average 30-year Treasury rate was in the first quarter and apply that interest to your balance. And that is what your benefit is based on when you retire. Again, I'd be happy to go over any of these numbers with you to speak about your specific situation if you'd like. What if you retire early? So what does it mean to retire early? Early retirement at PG&E is after the age of 55, but prior to 65. And again, new pension, old pension, there's differences. Old pension, there is a early retirement factor, much like the calculation we just did, based on years of service and age. If you're in management and you've been there for 35 years, there's no reduction. If you're in the union and you've been there for 30 years, again, no reduction. But there's bands as you go down in management. If you're between 30 and 34 years of service and over the age of 60, no reduction. And it continues to go down. And again, that information can be found in last week's call, or again, I would be happy to sit down and talk to you about your specific situation. The new pension, though, once you've vested, you can take that dollar amount, and if you were to leave the company, you can walk away with it, or you can convert it into an income stream based on your age at that point. Again, to convert it into the income stream, though, you got to be at least 55 to be considered a retiree and take advantage of those benefits. So the final point, sorry, missed that one. How do we, what if I retire early? And then what if something happens to me before I retire? So in the unfortunate event that something happens and you pass, in the old pension, your spouse automatically is your beneficiary if you're married, and they get a 50% payout, meaning if your payment was going to be $1,000 a month, they will get $500 a month for as long as they live. So they're covered. On the new pension, your spouse can take the lump sum or convert it into an annuity stream if they want. But the similarity on both of these is if you're single, and this is the one you want to pay attention to. If you're single and you have not filled out this form here, the pre-retiree beneficiary designation form, you need to go on to the benefits site and download that form and get it filled out and get it submitted. Because if you're a single individual and something happens to you, your pension is forfeited if you do not have that form filled out. If it is, it will go to whoever you've named. So probably most important thing you're going to hear today is get that form on file if you're single with people in the HR department. So, and a final point on this is if you're, for some reason, your pension, if you're there a year or two and something happens, if your pension has a value of less than $5,000, you cannot annuitize it. They will just pay it out to your beneficiary as a lump sum. Not the biggest thing in the world, but just something to be aware of. So just to recap, you've got a new pension or an old pension. It depends on your start date, which is January 1st of 13. Before is old pension, after is new pension. But congratulations on working for a company with a great benefit plan and a great retirement plan. Please post any questions in the dialog box below there. I'll be happy to try to answer them as either I see them or in future videos. I'll also try to reach out to you if there's a specific question that you have. Like and share the video with your coworkers because it helps to get that information out. I appreciate you doing that. And then again, I am Dan Leonard. You can reach me at 925-726-4015 or at dan@mrppfg.com. Until next week, Dan Leonard, your PG&E Retirement Plan Specialist. Thank you.